Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Smart Tank Revolution, where we always kick out at 2. Back from the dead, back from whatever the fuck you could call is the death flu. I am your solo host tonight, Joey Business, where we always kick out at 2. And I had to come back to bring it here for you. The end of the rhyming scheme is this. We're going to do this in reverse, where it gets best to worst. And what I'm talking about is Money in the Bank on June 6th, 2025. Good giddy Lord, cannot believe what I just saw. I know Donnie's going to do this, but I had to beat him to it. And I am just, wow. So we're going to start with Money in the Bank, which I think is a very mixed bag of the show. I'll be very honest with you. I think it's a very average show. However, the main event delivered in spades. The main event was the world champion Jey Uso with the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus the mega icon Logan Paul and the undisputed WWE never before seen 17 champion John Cena. And they all delivered. This was the match I was looking forward to the least. I thought this was just going to be some ho-drum, po-dunk, boring version of a Monday Night Raw tag team match or SmackDown interim tag team match, whatever you want to call it. It was anything but. It is very clear that they put a lot of thought into this match. From Cody's entrance and the crowd singing along to Jay's yeeting in, L.A., all of a sudden to Logan Paul getting booed, to John Cena making his very melancholy entrance in, what is ironically Lakers country, so it doesn't really matter. He's from Boston, folks. Get over it. But I have heard the rumblings and grumblings about the John Cena heel turn, and I disagree with most of y'all who have been on this side of the fence. John Cena has done a magnificent job with his heel turn. People who wanted something so vastly different and haven't gotten it are very upset. But this is how you do a heel turn. Real villains never believe they're bad in the first place. Lex Luthor thinks he's better than Superman because he's the right man for Metropolis. Not because Superman's a bad guy, just because he's not as good as Lex. Your methods have to match your motives. And Lex does that in spades. Same as John Cena. Everyone's saying, oh, he should have gave us new ring gear. He should have gave us new ring music, new attire, blah, 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 new moveset. No, I disagree. This is what he should give us. Because he feels like we've changed. And all he has to do is match our energy. But if you've noticed, he's had darker ring attire, a little bit more antagonistic in each town that he's in. And his movesets have gotten a little more antagonistic. He does the 5 moves of doom, but they're way more slow. They're way more deliberate, and it's way more in your face. Yeah, I'm doing it to you, but I'm doing it the way you said I'd done it the whole time. You've been saying I've been doing this for 20 plus years. I've been doing it differently. Y'all haven't been watching. And I think it's a very interesting dichotomy. And then also Logan Paul, who a lot of people frown upon. And I love the mega team of John Cena and Logan Paul. Because it makes sense. Listen, John Cena is a megastar. He's a megastar in and outside the ring. Whether you like it, whether I like it, whether anyone freaking likes it, the guy has his shit. He knows. And if you ever watch Peacemaker Season 1, don't tell me the guy's not a gem. He's an absolute treasure. He's an absolute treasure. And he's good at what he does. I would argue that Cena's better than The Rock. Cena hadn't had good opportunities up till recently like The Rock has. The Rock's been afforded, cushy roles. Cena's now finally starting to get good caliber ensemble castmates with him. And it's been great. Watch Peacemaker. It's phenomenal. But to see this match done right in a time where WWE seems to be slipping, this was great. This took the understatement and they put the pin in it. Everyone's been wondering if Triple H has dementia. What's going on? What's with all the releases? What's with all the changes? What's with all that? Well, tonight just shows you that they play chess and we play checkers. And I'm not doubting them again after tonight. I'm done. I've doubted it way too long. Way, way too long. But I'll get to that. The match itself, the chemistry, was very bombastic. It was very back and forth. But then when Cena got in, it was very slow. The most story of the match was isolate Jey Uso and beat him down. Give him a yeet down and keep him away from Cody Rhodes. Let the crowd froth for Cody Rhodes. And Cena did that, but he did it so slow. Like whenever he had the chance, he would just take his time on the extra 5 moves of doom. He would, a shoulder tackle. He'd deliver one shoulder tackle. Wait a minute and pause. Deliver another shoulder tackle. Wait a minute and pause. He would do it the way he's done it for 20 plus years, but the way we said he did it. That he did it the way that we bitched about and complained about and yelled about. He's like, I'm going to give it to y'all. I'm going to give you exactly what you said I've been doing. And he did. And it was great. And you knew Logan Paul and Cena was going to combust. And they did, because Cena had to be the front runner and Logan Paul has to be the front runner. But there was a lot of cool innovative things, like Logan Paul taking too much time to deliver a pin after a pulverizer to Cody Rhodes. And by the way, the pulverizer is one of the coolest looking moves in all of wrestling. I don't give a shit what anyone says. It's so dope. But to call in your own pet drone via satellite while you're about to do a frog splash, that was pretty sick. And then to have it backfire on you was even funnier. You have to be willing to do these kind of things to make yourself known in the WWE. But this is Cody's first in-ring opportunity since WrestleMania. And I'm really honestly shocked it took till June. Money in the Bank's usually in July, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, and I also still have plague brain, and I'm trying to come back from it. But anyways, it's usually a July situation. But Cody's back. He looks great. Hasn't missed a step. Jay's looking good. I have my sneaking suspicions that Gunther's going to beat him on Monday night in 2 nights. That's my sneaking suspicion. But there was so many things that were done in this match that I thought were done right. One of the things that were done wrong was these new WWE announce tables, dude. They do not break without the right kind of pressure. And having Jey Uso spear John Cena from one to the other and just land flat was weak. So they called an audible, and they knew Logan Paul could fix that. And Logan Paul did a freaking acai moonsault from the second rope to the outside of the announce table and broke it flush. Like, whatever you want to say about Logan Paul is a professional. He's a guy who's had almost 20 matches. I think he's had 19, including tonight. And he looks like he's had about 500. He is so stellar. Whether you like him or not, he's going to get better and better and better. But right now, we're talking about the never before seen 17, baby. From the home of the bean. And that's what I mean. We're getting it. And I could say, we're getting green, but this year wasn't our year. But John is doing such a great job. He's doing a wonderful job. No one could have ever foresaw he was going to give us this kind of a heel turn in his final year. And he's doing such a stellar job. It's going to come to an end. We all know it's going to come to an end. And we got the precursor tonight. It was a tag match. Now, when you have a world champ and an undisputed champ or a WWE champ, you have two champions in a tag match. If the champ gets pinned, it really doesn't mean much. But for storyline and kayfabe, it means a whole lot. So as I predicted, and Billy, our good friend, will ratify this, Cody Rhodes pinned John Cena in the middle of the ring for the main event. And it was the right call because it doesn't hurt John and it still keeps Cody hot. It still gives Cody steam. But what I wasn't prepared for, and my jaw's still on the floor, hence why we're doing this in reverse, because the mic had to go on. The show and the mic had to go on, was John Cena got attacked by a guy in a baklava. But once the guy had suspiciously dark skin, the mind wandered, and I said, no, there's no way, there's no way, there's no way, no way. Yes, there's a way. There was a way, there is a way, it was the way, and I'm still like, wow. R-Truth cost John Cena the match, and Cody Rhodes got the pin. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in the era of Paul Levesque, where things are supposedly so transparent, we can still be surprisingly kayfabed. And we got fucking kayfabed to shit tonight. R-Truth is still with the WWE. And we all got played. And that, my friends, is the real truth. And you know what? We can't handle the truth, but we want it. So I can't wait for what's coming up next. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Joey Business from the Smart Tank Revolution, where we always kick out at 2. I wish I was getting pinned at 3, but I was not, and I'm on the edge of my seat just like you. So I will see you in the next one.